All right, let's jump right in. We're going to explore an idea today that might just change, well, how you see everything, including yourself. What if the universe isn't a collection of things at all, but just one big, continuous action?
So let me ask you something. And yeah, it's going to sound a little weird at first. Are you a noun? A person, a place, a thing? Or are you a verb, an action, a process, a doing?
And you know what? The answer isn't buried in some old, dusty philosophy book. Nope, it's actually happening inside you, right now. Just take a second. Focus on your next breath, that simple, continuous action.
Okay, let's really get into this. Because what we're about to do is challenge one of the most basic, bedrock assumptions we all have. This idea that we are solid, static objects, just moving through the world. This really breaks it down, right? On one side, you've got the noun. It's a static object, a fixed thing. It just is. But a verb? That's a dynamic process, a continuous flow. It does. And we almost always think of ourselves as nouns. But what if we've had it completely backwards this whole time? All right, to really wrap our heads around this, let's use a really powerful analogy. It's a great way to see how something that looks totally solid is in fact nothing but pure movement. Okay, picture a whirlpool in a river. You can see it, right? It's got a definite shape. You can point and say, hey, look, a whirlpool. But think about it. There's no such thing as special whirlpool water. It's just the river water, the same as all the other water, that's just flowing in a very specific pattern. The form we see is really an illusion created by constant, nonstop movement.
Well, guess what? Your body works the exact same way. It looks like a stable, constant form, but it's totally sustained by the verbs of your biology. Your blood, pulsing. Your breath, flowing. You aren't a thing. You're a pattern of movement.
And this isn't just philosophy. This is literally backed by science. When you breathe, the air doesn't just go in a straight line, no way. It actually spirals down your airways, creating a vortex. They call it a helical flow. So your very breath, it's a tiny whirlpool, a dynamic process that is, right now, creating your form.
So this isn't just some weird thing about human bodies. This principle, flow creating form, it's written into the very fabric of the universe. It's almost like nature has a secret code.
And one of the keys to that code is something you might have heard of, the Fibonacci sequence. It's a super simple, repetitive process. You just add the last two numbers to get the next one. See? It's not a thing. It's a verb. It's a rule for doing something over and over again.
And the crazy thing is, the result of this simple little action shows up absolutely everywhere in nature. It's in the perfect spiral of the scales on a pine cone. It's in the number of petals on a flower. It's even in the massive, majestic arms of spiral galaxies. It's like the signature of growth, the signature of flow itself.
Okay, another piece of this cosmic code? Fractals. You've probably seen these. They're these incredible patterns that look the same no matter how close you zoom in. Think of a coastline, or a snowflake, or the branches of a tree. It's how nature builds these unbelievably complex structures just through simple, repeating actions. It's rewriting repetition.
So you see, math isn't just a bunch of boring, abstract numbers we learned in school. It's literally the alphabet, the language that describes how the universe's constant flow organizes itself into all the beautiful, complex forms we see all around us. All right. So if our bodies are verbs, and nature builds everything with verbs, then what about the whole shebang? What about the universe itself? Let's zoom way, way out to the biggest scale imaginable. You know, it's funny, many ancient traditions already had a word for this, prana. It's this core idea that at the most fundamental level, reality isn't a bunch of separate objects. It's one single, unified, continuous flow of energy. Now, this completely flips our whole understanding of space and time on its head. We usually think of them as an empty box, right? A container that reality happens inside of. But what if they aren't the container at all? What if space and time are actually part of the action? Active verbs that are reality itself? And some thinkers take this even one step further. They suggest that our own consciousness is actually participating in creating all of this. That in this view, the experience of feeling is what manifests as spatial extension, and our thought is what literally creates the narrative of time. So when you boil it all down, it comes to this one radical truth. The universe isn't a place full of things. The universe is one, singular, tireless activity.
Okay, that's big, cosmic stuff. So let's bring it all the way back down to Earth, back home. What does any of this actually mean for you, right here, right now?
I mean, let's really think about this for a second. If you aren't a fixed, static noun, if you're not defined by your job or your past or the things you own, then what are you?
And here's the answer. This is the big takeaway. You are not a thing. You are not a separate object moving through the river of the universe. You are a part of the river's movement. You are the flow.
So, this gives us a whole new identity, a new name for ourselves, a living vortex. Just think about that. You're a localized, beautiful, temporary pattern in this massive universal current, a helical surge of cosmic energy that is, for this moment, expressing itself as you.
And if you need proof, just look to your own body. Your heartbeat, that's a little whirlpool in the river of Prana. Your breath, that's the universe breathing. You are the ing-ing of existing.
And so, we're going to leave you with this one final question to ponder. If you really are a verb, a dynamic process, not a static thing, then maybe the most important question you can ask yourself isn't, who am I, but rather, what am I doing?